8 common behaviors that make you less attractive as a man. Ever wonder what those subtle looks mean when you walk into a room? We all have that secret scoring system, but have you ever wondered what makes you lose points? Today, we're exposing the silent killers of attraction, 8 common behaviors that might be secretly sabotaging your dating life. Brace yourselves for some brutal honesty as we dive into the cringeworthy habits that can make even the most charming guy instantly less appealing. Get ready to level up your game and leave the average Joe behind. It's time to discover the power moves that will make you stand out from the pack. Number 1. Lacking confidence. When it comes to attraction, there's one element that can make or break your appeal: confidence. Picture this scenario. A man, impeccably dressed, steps into a room. His suit is sharp, his hair perfectly styled, but as he starts to speak, his voice trembles, his hands shake, and he forgets his words. Across the room, another man, nothing extraordinary in appearance, walks in. Yet, he carries a bright, captivating presence, speaks with ease, and holds the attention of many, especially the women. Now, who do you think leaves a more lasting impression? It's likely the one who exudes confidence. This isn't just about surface-level appeal. Social norms have long dictated that men shoulder significant responsibilities, from leading in crises to guiding families. Women don't like men who lack confidence. Partly due to social norms, men are expected to shoulder many significant responsibilities, so how can he handle anything if he lacks confidence? Here's a Stoic nugget to chew on from Marcus Aurelius himself. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This reminds us that confidence is less about external circumstances and more about internal perspective. Even if not everyone is born with innate confidence, it's certainly something that can be cultivated. The process of appearing confident, despite inner doubts, begins with self-awareness and self-regulation, key tenets of Stoic philosophy. Although not everyone is born with innate confidence, to make an impression, you must appear confident. Confidence also defines your unique charisma. It's that special spark that can make an average person stand out far more than someone with just good looks. Women, and indeed most people, are naturally drawn to individuals who seem sure of themselves, those who can navigate both successes and setbacks with a steady, unwavering demeanor. It's not just about leading, it's about reassuring others through your stability. Furthermore, lacking confidence can spiral into other less attractive behaviors. It might lead to overcompensation through arrogance or withdrawal and isolation, neither of which are appealing traits. Conversely, a confident man who can handle criticism with grace, engage in meaningful conversations without dominating them, and pursue his goals with quiet determination is inherently more attractive. So, how does one build this elusive confidence? Start by setting small, achievable goals. Celebrate these victories to build a sense of competence. Engage socially, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Practice speaking clearly and maintaining good posture. Each of these steps reinforces the self-belief that, yes, you are capable and worthy of attention. In conclusion, remember that being confident is about more than just feeling it. It's about embodying it. It's about the way you walk into a room, how you talk about your passions, and how you recover from setbacks. This is the kind of confidence that doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you unforgettable. Let's not forget, the journey to genuine confidence is challenging, but as the Stoics would advise, it's about controlling the controllables and mastering your internal dialogue. Let's harness this wisdom and step into a more confident, charismatic version of ourselves. Number 2. Scruffy appearance. Stepping up from the foundational aspect of confidence, let's address another vital component of attraction, your appearance. Now hold on. Before you roll your eyes, thinking this is about turning you into a runway model, let's get something straight. This isn't about sporting the latest fashion trends or breaking your bank on designer outfits. It's far simpler and more profound than that. Neglecting self-care, which ranges from the clothes you wear to your general demeanor, can project a scruffy, unkempt appearance. Sure, we often hear the adage not to judge a book by its cover, But let's face it, the cover does make the first impression. If a man shows that he takes care of himself, he's already on his way to making a good impression. It's about showing respect not just for yourself, but also for those you interact with. It communicates that you value yourself enough to take care of your appearance, which in turn makes you more attractive to others. Epictetus, a sage from the Stoic school of philosophy, once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This powerful thought applies perfectly here. Deciding that you want to be someone who respects and values himself sets the stage for how you present yourself to the world. Taking care of your appearance is actually pretty straightforward, and is fundamentally about being clean, tidy, and presenting yourself well. It's about the basics. Are your clothes clean? Are they appropriate for the occasion? Is your hair neat? How about your nails? These details might seem small, but they have a significant impact on how others perceive you. Let's break down why this matters. Like it or not, people form impressions within the first few seconds of meeting you. A well-kept appearance helps make those seconds count. Your appearance is a powerful form of non-verbal communication. It can express self-respect, attention to detail, and even your personality. Let's dress to impress, guys. So, how do you ensure your appearance is helping and not hindering your attractiveness? Start simple. First, hygiene is key. Regular grooming and cleanliness are fundamental. Ensure you're well-groomed, from showering regularly to taking care of your facial hair. Wear clothes that fit well. Clothes that are too baggy or too tight can be unflattering. You don't need the most expensive attire, but you do need clothes that fit the shape of your body. Finally, the suitability. You don't wear a suit to a casual coffee, nor shorts to a formal dinner. Incorporating these steps into your daily routine can make a huge difference, not just in how you're perceived, but in how you feel about yourself. And remember, the goal isn't to impress everyone else, but to reflect your own self-respect and assurance outwardly. So, let's tidy up, not just for the world, but for ourselves. Let's be men who not only feel great, but look great too. Because, like Epictetus said, it's about embodying what we aspire to be. Number 3, negative energy. Moving beyond appearance, let's tackle an aspect that is perhaps even more crucial: the energy you radiate. Picture this. You're at a beautifully orchestrated party where everything from the setting to the music and food is designed to offer a luxurious experience. Everyone is soaking in the ambiance, but then there's this one person, let's call him Mr. Negative. He finds something trivial to criticize, say, a painting that doesn't match his tastes. Suddenly the air shifts, the atmosphere turns awkward, and people start avoiding him. This is a classic example of how negative energy can be a massive repellent. But why is this kind of behavior so unattractive? Consider the Stoic belief articulated by Marcus Aurelius. Our life is what our thoughts make it. If your thoughts are constantly negative, what does that say about the life you lead? Men are often expected to be strong, decisive leaders. If a man is engulfed in negativity, it not only diminishes his strength in the eyes of others, but also hampers his ability to lead effectively. Negativity can manifest in various forms, from constant complaining and never being satisfied, to obsessing over minor details that don't meet one's standards. It's not just about having a bad day or a moment of frustration. It's about consistently exuding a vibe that drags others down. This kind of person becomes a figurative emotional trash can where negativity accumulates and stinks up their environment. Here's how negative energy fundamentally makes a man less attractive. Constant negativity can make social interactions feel strained and uncomfortable. A person who is always negative often shows signs of handling emotions poorly. This lack of emotional intelligence can be a turn-off, as it suggests an inability to handle life's inevitable challenges with grace. Negativity can act as a barrier to forming new relationships. It can be particularly damaging in romantic contexts, where emotional connection is key. Who would want to date someone who sees the glass as perpetually half empty? So, how can you change this? How can you ensure that you're not the Mr. Negative at the party? The change starts internally. Begin by practicing gratitude. Even small wins count. Engage in positive self-talk. Instead of critiquing everything, ask yourself what went well. Additionally, learn to let go of the need to control everything around you. Accept that some things are just as they are, not as we want them to be. Also, consider your social interactions as opportunities to lift others up rather than bring them down. Share compliments freely, listen more than you speak, and when you do speak, ask yourself whether your words improve upon the silence. If all you're adding is negativity, why speak at all? Ultimately, shedding negative energy isn't just about making yourself more attractive. It's about creating a better life for yourself and those around you. Remember, the goal is to be the person who brings light into the room, not the one who dims it. Number 4. Lack of social skills. In our discussion about what makes a man less attractive, we must address a crucial area often overlooked: social skills. These skills, or the lack thereof, can significantly influence a man's attractiveness, both in platonic and romantic settings. Think about it. Social interactions are the very fabric of our daily lives. They dictate not just how we connect with others, but also how we are perceived and valued in various circles. So, what happens when a man lacks these essential skills? Firstly, lacking social skills can easily lead to misunderstandings or offenses, particularly with women. Many women, whether rightly or not, still harbour traditional expectations where men are seen as protectors or providers. Thus, a man who seems incapable of basic social functions might be viewed as less competent overall. The question arises, how secure can one feel with someone who appears unable to navigate the simplest social situations? Whether it's a clumsy demeanour, poor eating habits, or lack of basic social etiquette like maintaining eye contact or managing a polite conversation, these missteps can signal a severe deficiency in what some might call common sense. Moreover, communication mishaps, such as constantly interrupting others, leading conversations into dead ends, or dominating discussions without consideration for others, not only show a lack of awareness but can also be incredibly frustrating for those involved. Imagine being in a conversation where your thoughts are constantly sidelined, or worse, ignored. It doesn't matter how attractive someone is. If they can't hold a meaningful conversation, they become less appealing. So, how can a man improve his social skills to ensure he is not only heard, but also appreciated in his interactions? First, listen more than you speak. Make a conscious effort to listen actively to what others are saying without planning your response while they speak. This not only shows respect, but also helps you understand better and respond more thoughtfully. Be mindful of your non-verbal cues. Often how you say something is as important as what you say. Pay attention to your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Make sure they align with your words to avoid sending mixed signals. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, especially in sensitive conversations. This can help avoid misunderstandings and build stronger relational bonds. No matter how visually appealing a man is, his attractiveness diminishes significantly if he cannot engage effectively in social settings. Social skills, like any other skills, require practice and awareness. By improving these skills, a man not only becomes more appealing, but also enriches his personal and professional relationships. Remember, the goal is not to just participate in conversations, but to contribute positively, making each interaction as enjoyable and meaningful as possible. Number 5. Passive personality. Let's talk about taking the back seat in life. Yes, the dreaded passive personality. Picture this. You're at the most happening party of the year, and instead of mingling or showing off those dance moves, you find yourself glued to the darkest corner of the room scrolling through your phone. Sound familiar? Well, if you're nodding along, you might just be the mayor of Passive City, where opportunities come to die. Passivity, especially in men, can often be mistaken for disinterest or lack of ambition. Think about it. If you can't muster the energy to chase your own dreams or take the lead in your life, how can you be expected to support or uplift someone else? Let's break it down with an example that hits closer to home. Imagine you're eyeing the last piece of pizza at a friend's gathering. Do you wait, hoping it'll magically levitate towards you, or do you reach out and claim what you want? Life, like that last slice of pizza, doesn't wait for the hesitant. Being proactive in work, communication, and relationships is essential. If you think you can just sit back and things will naturally come to you, congratulations, you've just lost your turn. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic heavyweight, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Essentially, if you're always in your seat, you're probably missing the plot. Being passive might mean you're out of the game before it even starts. Women, and most people for that matter, gravitate towards those who show initiative, those who can make decisions, take action, and steer the ship, even in choppy waters. But why is taking initiative so sexy? Whether it's planning a date or spearheading a project at work, taking the lead can make you appear more decisive and capable. It's like being the captain of your own ship. Everyone respects the person at the helm. Being proactive is not just about leading the charge, it's also about showing that you can be relied upon to get things done. It's the difference between someone who promises the moon and someone who actually lands on it. Remember, women, and indeed potential friends and employers, value someone who can be a source of motivation, not just for themselves, but also for others. By embodying the drive to improve and actively engaging with the world, you become not only more attractive but also a better, more well-rounded individual. Whether in relationships or in your career, don't wait for opportunities to come knocking. Be the first to knock. Step out of your comfort zone and try new things. It could be as simple as taking a different route to work, or as bold as starting a new venture. The bottom line? Don't be that guy who watches life from the sidelines. Jump into the fray, make some noise, and grab life by the reins. After all, nobody writes songs about the ones who watched and waited. So, dust off that passivity, gear up with some gusto, and remember, fortune favors the bold. Number 6. Financially irresponsible. Let's delve into a topic that often gets mixed reviews but is undeniably crucial: financial responsibility. Now, before we dive in, let's clear the air. This isn't about having a yacht or a Swiss bank account. It's about something much more fundamental and universally sexy: stability. Financial irresponsibility can be a major turnoff. It's not because everyone's looking for a sugar daddy or a walking ATM. Rather, it's about the practical side of life. A man who can manage his finances shows that he can manage his life and potentially a future with someone else. It's about security and reliability, qualities that are attractive in any long-term partner. Consider the persona of a financially independent man. He doesn't necessarily drive the fanciest car or wear designer clothes, but he pays his bills on time, saves for the future, and can afford the occasional splurge without going into debt. This man walks into a room with a certain air, a vibe of self-sufficiency and capability. It's as if his financial sensibility cloaks him in an invisible suit of armor that whispers, "I've got this." And why does this matter? Well, think of a financially irresponsible man as a sinking ship. Who wants to jump aboard when they know it's going down? Not very appealing, right? On the other hand, a man who is financially stable is like a sturdy ship sailing confidently toward the horizon. He's got the resources to handle storms and the wisdom to navigate through them. This isn't about materialism. It's about choosing a partner who won't turn life into an avoidable financial crisis. Financial irresponsibility can erode trust, as potential partners may question whether someone who cannot manage money can manage a relationship. It is also a leading cause of stress and conflict in relationships. It can restrict life's opportunities from home ownership to leisure travel, leaving a relationship feeling stagnant and unfulfilled. So, how can you steer clear of being financially unattractive? Begin by budgeting wisely. Keep track of where your money goes, perhaps by using budgeting apps or simple spreadsheets. Live within your means to avoid unnecessary debt. It is better to build a solid financial foundation than a flashy exterior that masks instability. Also, plan for the future by saving and investing, which demonstrates foresight and a commitment to securing a stable future. In the end, financial responsibility is incredibly attractive because it signals that you're not just living for the moment, you're planning for a lifetime. Remember, the goal isn't to impress someone with what you have, but to provide a sense of security and partnership that money can't buy. So, get your finances in order, not just for your love life, but for your overall well-being and future. Who knew being prudent could be so appealing? Number 7. No ambition. In the kaleidoscope of traits that contribute to a man's attractiveness, ambition is a facet that shines particularly bright. Ambition, or the lack thereof, can fundamentally influence how a man is perceived by others. It's not merely about achieving monumental success or climbing to the pinnacle of one's career. It's about having a drive, a purpose, and goals that energize and motivate you. A man who not only dreams big, but also puts in the effort to achieve those dreams is often seen as more attractive and admirable. Imagine a man who is well-dressed, articulate, and has a great sense of humor. He seems like the full package until the conversation turns to his aspirations and goals. If he fumbles or reveals a lack of clear ambitions, the initial enchantment can quickly fade. It's a pivotal moment that can dramatically shift someone's perception. The woman engaging with him might go from intrigued to disinterested if she senses a lack of purpose or drive. This reaction isn't about judgment, it's about resonance. People are naturally drawn to those who are passionate about their life's pursuits. Ambition extends beyond career or financial success. It's about being resolute in all matters of life, from pursuing personal passions to setting daily objectives. Whether it's mastering a new skill, achieving a fitness goal, or even acquiring a limited edition collectible, these endeavors reflect a proactive approach to life. They demonstrate a willingness to commit, a quality that's highly appealing in any relationship. When a man talks passionately about his journey toward achieving his goals, it does more than just fill conversational space. It invites others into his world. It allows them to see the fire in his eyes and the excitement in his voice as he discusses his plans and progress. This level of enthusiasm is infectious and can turn casual interest into deep admiration. Women, in particular, may find this trait compelling because it suggests that the man is not just a partner, but also an inspirer who might encourage them to pursue their own dreams. So, what can a man do to cultivate and demonstrate ambition? It starts with self-reflection. Identify what you're passionate about and set concrete goals. Break these goals into manageable steps and celebrate small victories along the way. Share your aspirations with others, not just to impress them, but to hold yourself accountable. Be consistent and persistent in your pursuits. Ambition isn't a sprint. It's a marathon that requires stamina, determination, and resilience. Ambition is a key ingredient in the recipe for attractiveness. It's not just about the end goals, but about the energy and dedication you bring to your everyday life. A man with ambition is like a magnet, drawing others with his zest for life and his determination to succeed. Show the world not just who you are today, but who you aspire to be tomorrow. Remember, the most attractive version of yourself is the one that never stops striving. Number 8. Rudeness. Thank you for sticking with us until now. The final point today on what makes a man less attractive: rudeness. Nobody, whether a woman or anyone else, enjoys the company of someone who is rude, curt, and quick-tempered. To put it bluntly, it's universally disliked. Rudeness can instantly tarnish even the most charismatic persona, turning potential attractions into repulsions. Often, rudeness stems from a person's inherent nature rather than momentary circumstances. Consider this scenario. A man speaks rudely to a woman he secretly admires. Despite his feelings, he communicates harshly, without any apparent reason. This behavior suggests that rudeness can be a deep-seated trait, not just a reaction to a bad day. Even if the rudeness is situational, it leaves a lasting negative impression that can be hard to shake off. Being rude or dismissive can signal a lack of empathy, patience, and, importantly, maturity. These are qualities that many women and indeed potential friends and colleagues value highly. No one wants to be around someone who makes them feel undervalued or disrespected. It damages first impressions. First impressions are incredibly powerful. Rudeness at first meet can set a tone that might be impossible to reverse. It hinders relationship building. Relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. Rudeness cuts these possibilities down, making meaningful connections difficult to form. Persistent rudeness often points to deeper character flaws and can lead others to question your overall character and reliability. So, what can be done to curb rudeness and foster a more approachable demeanor? The first step is awareness, recognizing situations where you might come off as rude and understanding how your words affect others. Practice patience and try to approach interactions with empathy. Remember, every person you meet is facing their own battles. A little kindness can go a long way. Additionally, learn to express yourself clearly and kindly. If you're upset or frustrated, communicate these feelings honestly, but do so respectfully. Rudeness never enhances your appeal but diminishes it in every social setting. By choosing to be polite and considerate, you not only increase your attractiveness, but also set a standard for how you expect to be treated by others. It's about fostering respect and kindness in all your interactions, qualities that are truly attractive. Let's make sure our final impression in any interaction is as positive as our first. Remember, being kind isn't just nice, it's powerful. In conclusion, there are numerous strategies to captivate and impress people, especially women, but often there are subtle behaviors or habits that might inadvertently lead to negative impressions. These overlooked elements, such as the way we communicate, our body language, or even our attentiveness, can significantly detract from our appeal, causing us to lose favor in the eyes of others. However, recognizing these pitfalls is the first step toward avoiding them. The good news is that with a bit of awareness and a willingness to adapt and improve, these issues can be rectified. In reality, the effectiveness of these corrections is largely dependent on your willingness to develop key interpersonal skills. Ultimately, improving how we are perceived by others isn't about superficial changes, but about genuine personal growth. It involves a commitment to continually assess and improve how we interact in various social contexts. This continuous improvement in social skills not only makes us more appealing to others, but also enriches our own lives, making our interactions more fulfilling and meaningful. The ability to impress and attract others, therefore, comes down to how effectively we can tune into the social cues around us and respond with emotional intelligence and genuine consideration. And there you have it, gentlemen. 8 common behaviors that might be chipping away at your attractiveness without you even realizing it. From passivity to poor financial habits, and from rudeness to lacking social finesse, each of these behaviors has the potential to turn potential connections cold. The good news? They're all within your power to change. With a little awareness and effort, you can transform how you're perceived and start making the positive impressions you aim for. Remember, the journey to becoming your best self is continuous and ever-evolving. Don't just work on avoiding these negative traits. Strive to cultivate positive ones that enhance your natural charm and charisma. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're applying these insights in your life. Share this video with friends who might benefit from it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and here's to your continued growth and success in all your relationships.